And today, we're reacting to the Victims and Villains of TLC. This is a 420 edition video. I forgot to say it in the last one. If you see anything different, it's because I might be off a little bit of gas or not. Probably not though. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to the video. I am, by the way.
It looked like their lives were going. Whether they were looking for a fresh start or giving the world a look into their misunderstood lifestyles, these people allowed the TLC network to put their lives on
Y'all feet ever been real close to some bacon like this before? Probably not.
Display for millions to criticize. For a moment, it looked like their lives were going to change for the better, but when the camera stopped rolling, a much darker reality began to unfold, and their lives fell apart. There is a shockingly common theme of former TLC reality stars finding themselves in public scandals, prison sentences, and even an early grave. Today, we will be discussing the dark life after a TLC show, starting with Honey Boo Boo, who seemed like a silly and charismatic.
I feel like I've seen this before, but I don't remember. Y'all seen this?
Young girl on screen, but off screen was being exploited to unimaginable levels. When it comes to controversial reality television, there is no better example than Toddlers and Tiaras. The show featured girls as young as 3 years old competing in beauty pageants. They were frequently placed under immense amounts of stress, suffering verbal abuse, and constantly being pressured to reach unattainable beauty standards. The show has been accused of children, with some of the contestants dressing or dancing inappropriately for a preschooler. Despite this, the show developed a large audience who enjoyed the mayhem and drama that came with every episode, earning around 1.6 million viewers per week. But not everyone was supportive. Many critics felt like these parents used their daughters as a way to vicariously live out their dream of
definitely not a felt like. Definitely was a matter of fact.
Being a beauty queen, and this almost always resulted in the mothers putting their own desires over the comfort and safety of their children. One of the most notorious examples of this was June Shannon and her daughter Alana, better known as Honey Boo Boo. Alana's personality was perfect for TV. She
I've seen it. Was she a meme?
Created hilarious moments every time she opened her mouth.
Just threw that toilet paper at her daddy's head.
Must be crazy if they think they're gonna be me, Honey Boo Boo child.
Equally impossible to ignore.
Oh God.
Nor was her mother June.
Oh God. Interesting.
Who stirred up controversy from the moment she was introduced. She notably gave her 6-year-old daughter a concoction of Mountain Dew and Red Bull.
Hell no, I'm not putting my kid in no pageant game.
Which Alana called go-go juice to keep her energy high when she was competing in pageants. Many
go-go juice. Yeah, she needs to be put in prison forever. Giving her child something called go-go juice, which was a concoction of 500 milligrams of caffeine in Mountain Dew.
Believe that this was a negligent and dangerous strategy, as the caffeine content of energy drinks far exceeds the recommended limit for a child as young as Alana. But far worse than that was June's objectification of Alana.
This build.
Often calling for her to...
Let's get this off the screen.
Do you know the tummy when I go like that should be knowing that she needs to show the tummy to the judges?
Regardless of the glaring issues between this mother-daughter dynamic, Alana and Mama
have some more go-go juice. Take this woman to prison.
And give them their very own.
And the dad just sitting there. The dad gets stomped and walked on every day, all day. That nigga, they not stunting that nigga worth a goddamn. He got 4 daughters and his wife standing up at the front. He's standing in the back like, hey guys. Man, your ass is not man, come on, bro.
TV show called Here Comes Honey Boo Boo. The show was immediately more successful than Toddlers and Tiaras, earning 2.4 million viewers per episode and ultimately ran for 4 seasons. However, the show would be abruptly canceled when it was revealed that Mama June was dating a child predator. Alana's mother was in a romantic relationship with a man named Mark McDaniel, a registered sex offender. Who was arrested in 2004 for abusing an 8-year-old.
Oh, I guess that wasn't her husband. Who was that nigga? Who was the buddy? Or unless she was cheating on that nigga. I mean, that would make sense too.
Mark had spent the last 10 years in prison and had only been released earlier that year. To make matters worse, June knew him.
He was her husband. Oh, she just hoed that nigga. Oh my God.
Far before he was ever convicted, and supposedly had previously dated him at the same time he his victim. This was a PR nightmare for TLC, as they were platforming the mother of one of the most famous children on the planet who is now exposing her daughter to a dangerous pedo.
This nigga, he had to have locked in after that. Imagine you got cheated on, right? And your wife cheated on you with a pred. That's unheard of. Fact, usual suspects. That's unheard of. You know, what type of nigga are you that your woman's like, I would rather cheat on you with this nigga? Not to put all the blame on him, but just like, I would be looking at myself like, whoa, what's happening?
Canceled the show and said, supporting the health and welfare of these remarkable children is our only priority, which you'll see later isn't always the case. June's decision to associate with a man like Mark is reflective of the blatant disregard she has for her children and her inability to put her own desires second to their safety. Then again, this is not her first time having an association with child predators. It was revealed shortly after that 2 of June's daughters, Jessica and Pumpkin, were fathered by Michael Anthony Ford, a completely different offender who abused minors and was even featured on an episode of To Catch a Predator.
It's Michael Anthony Ford. I have not had contact with him since 99. Since then, he was caught on Catch a Predator.
At this point, the public didn't care that the Honey Boo Boo show was canceled. They just wanted to know if she was safe under the custody of her own mother. In 2019, Mama June was arrested with her new boyfriend, Eugene Doak, for possession of a controlled substance and drug
meth. That's their drug of choice. Or
paraphernalia, as police recovered needles and glass pipes.
That you can see that. You can see what she was cooking up
from the couple's vehicle. But luckily, June's horrible parenting would finally see justice, because in 2022, she officially lost custody of a now 16-year-old Alana, who was now in the care of June's older daughter, Pumpkin. In the eyes of the court, June was unfit to care for the former child star, and as Alana approached adulthood, she had to come to terms with her troubled relationship with her mother.
Do you not understand?
Damn, her mom. This is her mom? This is her mom? She lost weight. That dope kicked a lot of weight. This is her mom? That dope kicked a lot of weight off of her. Holy mackerel.
And that I am staying with my sister. And that's not my choice. I swear to God, Mama, it's not my choice.
Okay, it's not?
Oh, she had surgery too?
Yes, it is.
It's not my choice. She wants to stay with you. She obviously doesn't feel safe in the house.
I would love to come home and tell you about my day, but I can't do that because I'm scared. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm scared to stay at your house.
A biopic documenting Alana's childhood titled I Was Honey Boo Boo released in 2025. The film shines light on what Alana describes as a transactional relationship she had with her mother, revealing that June always prioritized business over her own daughter. As if that wasn't bad enough, Alana never received a single cent from her time on television.
Oh!
Her mother spent it all before Alana became an adult.
She is probably the worst mother ever in history. She's up there for sure.
Never ever received.
Your mom cheated on your dad with a pred. She was also with the pred prior. She forced you to do all these shows and she never gave you a single cent. She then goes to prison for probably stealing to get money for heroin or meth. Just to, I guess, finally get her life back on track. She's telling you she wants to stay with you and you're not understanding still. Goodness gracious.
The Here Comes Honey Boo Boo money. I've never seen it. Never, ever even heard of it, if I'm being completely honest.
How old is she now?
You don't really give a
20-something?
But you took my money. That's the real problem.
It's
Took
gone.
my money.
I used it in my drug addiction.
I used it in my drug addiction. See?
She gave me
Woohoo. Good God.
my money back and was like, oh, here's your money. No, I don't think she ever was like, I'm sorry. I was so over just like poking and prodding at her for the money. Like I was at the
She looks the exact same from when she was a child.
point of like, you know what? I don't even freaking want the money anymore.
On a more positive note, Pumpkin seems to have done an amazing job raising Alana to be a well-adjusted young woman. She is currently pursuing a degree in nursing at Regis
She lost a little weight right here.
University with aspirations to work in the medical field. June Shannon is a few years sober now, but is still doing everything she can.
Still doing content. Wow. Still doing content, guys. Wow.
And to maintain her reality TV status, accepting deals with no-name networks to produce another spin-off of her country Kardashian lifestyle. As tragic as Alana's childhood was, it was clear to see the warning signs from the moment she made her first appearance on television. The same can't be said for the Duggar family.
Oh my gosh. Oh wait. Are these the 10 people with 10 kids? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19? 19? All from her? That's gotta, no, ain't no way. Gotta be fake. She just can flush them out.
A seemingly picture-perfect Christian household who were hiding a disturbing and dark secret. The Duggar family first appeared in a 10-hour TV special titled 14 Children and Pregnant Again. As a devout Christian family, Jim Bob Duggar and his...
This looks like some cult shit. This looks like some cult shit. Hello again, real quick. I know I've shown you apps like this before, and y'all literally ran them up to where all the good games were gone. A lot of y'all sent me DMs of y'all making some bread, maybe for some food. Some of y'all actually making some real bread, I'm not gonna lie. So to help y'all out, I found a new one. It's called Tester Up, and it pays you to test mobile games. Basically the same idea. You play games on your phone and get paid. But this one has new games that you haven't seen on the other ones yet. If you decide to try it, make sure you use my link in the description or scan the QR code on the screen to make sure you're on the exact one that I'm using. Just doing a little trial run myself, I was able to see it was pretty easy to stack some money playing casual. You decide to try it, make sure you show me your earnings, bro. I love seeing y'all running up, and it convinces the doubters a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. Hit the link in my description or scan the QR code and try it out, bro. Let's get back to it. For sure.
His wife Michelle were strongly against the use of contraceptives, and after the birth of their first child Joshua, they allowed God to decide how many children they would end up having. The Duggar family upheld the most conservative and traditionalist values possible, homeschooling all of their children and heavily restricting their usage of the internet and television. The Duggar family
This looks like hell, bro.
dynamic
This looks like hell.
was almost entirely unheard of in our modern society, which is why TV producers often
I'd imagine you can't love all these kids the same. I don't even know if there's 19 people in my life that I love. That's not true. That's not true. But there's 19, there's no way. There's no way. And you have to forget your children's name. And like when you see them, no way. This pic look like AI slop.
they ultimately landed a full-blown television show, 17 Kids and Counting, which was eventually retitled to 19 Kids and Counting by 2010. The show was meant to be a chaotic yet wholesome glimpse into the life of a massive Christian family, but slowly over time, the cracks in their facade began to shatter their holy image. By 2015, some of the Duggar children were now grown adults. Their eldest child, Josh, was 27 years old, with a wife and 4 children of his own by 2015. Josh
Niggas got strong semen. I think that's what's going on here.
was perceived to be following in the footsteps of his parents, working
It's just it's just impregnates, it sprouts. That must be like a genetic thing.
on conservative political campaigns and even saved his first kiss for his wedding day. However,
Wow.
it was revealed that Josh had been named as an alleged offender in a police investigation into underage
Whoa!
assault. In 2002, when Josh was 14 years old, he was accused of inappropriately touching an unnamed girl while she
The firstborn, by the way. There's no way. I don't think you can have 19. I don't think you can have 19 kids and all of them be good. You're gonna have. I don't think that's statistically possible. You have 19 and not one of them is like we don't know what he's doing. But imagine your firstborn.
slept. Even after his father became aware of the situation, Josh continued to multiple other girls while they slept,
Oh my
all of which are
God.
believed to be his younger sisters. Over the years, Jim Bob Duggar refused to take any strict action, but the police would
Jim Bob Duggar. What a name.
Step in once they received a copy of an email describing Josh's behavior. The email, written by an anonymous source close to the family, was sent to Harpo Studios, a multimedia company founded by Oprah Winfrey in the days leading up to the Duggars' appearance on the Oprah show. Before you air the Duggar family from Arkansas, you need to know the truth. They are not what they seem to be. Josh has blank while blank were sleeping, and the parents have been hiding this secret for a long time. I think that you should know the truth before they make a complete fool of you in your show. They've been on TV before and come across as a perfect family, which couldn't be further from the truth. This email was forwarded to the local police by someone at Harpo Studios, but no official charges were brought as the statute of limitations had expired. These allegations would be buried temporarily, but they couldn't escape them forever. The whole family could feel the pressure online, and Josh Duggar had no choice but to address the situation, in which he confessed to his sisters. 12 years ago, as a young teenager, I acted inexcusably, for which I am extremely sorry and deeply regret. I hurt others, including my family and close friends. I confess this to my parents, who took several steps to help me address the situation. We spoke with the authorities where I confessed my wrongdoing, and my parents arranged for me and those affected by my actions to receive
They had one cute daughter at least.
counseling. I understood that if I continued down the wrong road, that I would end up ruining my life. I sought forgiveness from those I had wronged and asked Christ to forgive me and come into my life. I would do anything to go back to those teen years and take different actions. In my life today, I am so very thankful for God's grace, mercy, and redemption. In response, TLC pulled the show from its scheduled time, leaving the program in a state of limbo before officially canceling it altogether. Shockingly, most of the show's viewers believe that this was blown out of proportion. There was an overwhelming sentiment that Josh was a confused and misguided teenager, with the argument being that because of his sheltered upbringing, he didn't fully understand his actions and began making poor choices as he hit puberty. But all those people defending him were about to be proven dead wrong.
Wow. Yeah, bro, remember, people like this, they can't remain in society. You have to take them. You have to. They can't change. It's a sickness in their brain.
Ashley Madison was the name of a website designed to facilitate affairs for married
I remember this.
individuals.
We heard it on that one video.
2015, it had its user data leaked to the internet.
Yeah, he was
Many
one of
notable
them?
men found themselves at the center of controversy following the data breach, including Josh Duggar. He responded to
Ashley
the leak
Madison, hold a few niggas that we've seen in videos.
saying, "I have been the biggest hypocrite ever. While espousing faith and family values, I have secretly over the last several years been viewing porn on the internet, and this became a secret addiction, and I became unfaithful to my wife."
Sexual deviancy. Sexual deviancy. For real. He probably like to mess with his G-spot as well. I think this nigga just like, whatever he was so sheltered at, whatever went on, it rewired his brain. You know what I'm saying? He was stuck in that situation where it was like, damn, I don't know nothing about nothing. I'm just seeing things like, I'm suppressed, So his brain went off the deep end.
Shortly after, Josh admitted himself into rehab to deal with his addiction, but his
Yeah. Damn. You, bro, how addicted to corn do you have to be where you say, I have to go to rehab? Jesus! Like, people go to rehab because they're so dope sick, they're diarrhea, they're throwing up, they can't fight, like they're so fucked up, right? This thing going to rehab because he couldn't stop spanking his shit. That's gotta be like, I want to look this up. Like, how many times is one beat a day that should consider going to rehab for corn? But it's too much to type. I don't know what to look up. I'm curious though.
addiction was far more sinister than
And he's smiling. He's like grinning, like a slight grin. Yeah, he's fried, bro.
his family could ever have imagined, and it was about to land him behind bars. On April 21st, 2021, Josh Duggar was arrested by federal officers for the receipt and possession of CSAM and CP. A federal grand jury found that Josh received material featuring children under the age of 12 years old, and as a result, he was sentenced to 12 years in federal prison. I'll spare you the details of what was found on this man's hard drive, but just know that him getting 12 years in prison is not nearly nearly enough time. The Duggar family story is a prime example of why you shouldn't believe everything you see on TV. What seemed to be a wholesome Christian family was protecting a horrific child predator, and TLC was profiting the entire time. They were also about to fatten their bank accounts with My 600-Pound Life, a show that ended in so many tragedies it's unbelievable it still has not been canceled. Getting in shape can be a struggle for anybody, but imagine just how much harder it is when you're hundreds of pounds overweight. This was the appeal of My 600-Pound Life, a show that
I feel like My 600-Pound Life helped more than it harmed. Let's be honest. I feel like My 600-Pound Life definitely helped more than it harmed people. You know, it might have hurt some self-esteem. It might make some people feel bad, but showing and it hurt some of these people's lives. But showing these lives to remind people, I bet it saved more lives too. A lot of blood is not on their hands because of what they did. Scaring niggas that was already big, and it was like, maybe y'all should go ahead and get up. Because my life looks very similar to this. Very insightful, Dior. I know it helped you in your journey.
documented the weight loss journey of morbidly obese people looking to
make
make
them
drastic...
a spectacle. It made some of them a spectacle. Definitely made some of them a spectacle. You feel me?
changes, hoping to eventually
But
qualify
I'm sure it helped a lot of niggas though.
for weight loss surgery. On the surface, the show seemed like a well-intentioned and positive program. Not only were they helping people lose weight, but they were documenting their struggles in a way that may have inspired others to turn their lives around. However, as the show continued to air, a dark pattern emerged that couldn't be ignored, and many started wondering if TLC was turning a blind eye. Many former participants have since passed away following their appearance on the show. One of the first was Robert Bushell, who lost a significant amount of weight after entering the show weighing over 800 pounds.
Whoa, now, hold on. They ain't say niggas was passing away.
Fatal heart attack during filming at only 41 years old. Sean Milliken's heart stopped after losing over 400 pounds. Kelly Mason and LaTanya Patain both suffered fatal heart attacks following their appearance on the show. Regardless of the progress these people had made, their bodies were too far gone.
Interesting. So there's a point where you got so big that you losing weight isn't a good idea. Never knew that. Is that TLC's fault though? Yeah, because they're funding the situation. They're funding the show and the procedure, and if they're seeing that pattern, you would think that they should be like, we lost a few. We should probably stop this because clearly there's something that's not right here. What was he supposed to do? Perform CPR or something? It's like dropping from 900 to 500 pounds is a massive change. It is from 900 to 500 pounds. Think about how boxers' bodies be like going into shock and all that when they just drop 20 or 30. 500? Your heart's used to pumping 900-pound body. Word, that makes sense. Your heart's used to 900 pounds of body to work with. But now it's like 500. Okay.
Years of strain on their heart and damage to essential organs made recovery impossible, and they spent their final moments fighting a battle they could never win. Others just could not make a permanent change after the show was over. My 600-Pound Life provided contestants nutrition plans, workout regimens, and constant surveillance that held them accountable. These factors were able to keep them in check when the cameras
look at this woman
were rolling, but many fell back into old habits when the production crew left. One of the most notable examples of this was Larry Myers Jr. Larry went viral in 2022 and was dubbed Mr. Buttermilk Biscuits after his hilarious reaction to a Popeyes biscuit.
Buttermilk biscuits!
Larry once weighed nearly half a ton, and he was able to lose 100 pounds during the show. However, the producers responsible for his episode failed to address the root of his issues. Larry turned to food as a coping mechanism to deal with the death of his mother and nephew, and once his episode ended, he returned to that same habit. One of the most common reasons people become morbidly obese is because of their emotional relationship with food, often using it as a coping mechanism to deal with stress and trauma. This is an issue that the show often fails to address. It's much deeper than people just not being able to control their cravings. Gina Krasley faced a similar issue, reaching 300 pounds at just 13 years old, and turned to food to deal with her abusive father. She found some success during the show, but Gina would pass away at only 30 years old shortly after her appearance. Now, most people aren't that shocked to find out that many of these severely overweight people passed away. They kind of look at it like they made their bed, now they have to lay in it. And to an extent, that is true. These are individuals living with the consequences of their actions, which is years of habits that didn't change their body overnight.
It sounds like, this is sad to say, but it sounds like it's kind of just the inevitable. Like, once you get that big, sorry. Like, it's unfortunate. You know, wherever the situation is, this is just what it is. Like, you lose that weight, you die faster. If you keep doing your thing, you die on your time, wherever that is. Because at some point, you're going to pass away eating like that. That's tough, bro. It's just over with. Sound like that can be the case for a lot of situations, all right? Like, when and how many situations is that happening?
But that's also what makes the show so.
How did Grandpa Dior? That's funny. My Grandpa Lemuel. What did my Grandpa Lemuel pass from me? Gavin, you know what Grandpa Lemuel passed from me? Are you still in here? I forgot. You know, he was big though. 600 something. 500 something. It was, it was too much fluid or something like that. So it wasn't a hard thing. It was a fluid thing. Yeah, it was a fluid thing or something. Yeah.
So complicated. My 600-pound life selects the most extreme cases because those are the best for TV. The more unstable the lifestyle, the more dramatic the transformation will be. They build a narrative around their struggle and present it as a story of redemption, knowing full well that these people might literally die on the show. Supporters will say that the show is helping by providing an opportunity that nobody had ever gave them, or that they were going to die anyway if they didn't change, but TLC gave them an opportunity. But even
from what I know, Grandpa Lemuel wasn't no emotional eater. Grandma said he wasn't really an emotional eater. He gained, I forgot how she said, but it wasn't like the typical, like, he just, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't just doing a whole lot of that. He just was like he ate. He liked what he liked. Yeah. Maybe, I don't know.
Even if the intention is to help, the show is still built around filming people at their lowest point. But even if the intention is to help, the show is still built around filming people at their lowest point, without any real safety net once the cameras leave. And in some cases, the dark life after the show results in something far more serious that TLC was never designed to handle. James Bonner is easily one of the most tragic examples of this. In 2013, he lost his right leg in a car accident. As a result, he suffered from severe depression and turned to food and alcohol as a way to cope. By the time he appeared on the show in 2018, he weighed over
really? He carries 600 all right, though.
150 pounds. With the odds stacked against him, James made incredible progress, got sober, and lost over 400 pounds. But James's weight wasn't the cause of his inner battle. It was simply the byproduct of it. James made the final permanent decision at only 30 years old, writing in a Facebook post, "No matter what you change or the efforts you put forth in life, sometimes you just have to take it on the chin and deal with things your own way." And the way James chose to die is not the only instance of this issue. Destiny Lachey during season 7 lost over 500 pounds after appearing on the show, but wrote after, "I feel like all I'm constantly doing is trying to escape my depression and pain at this point. Food is the only thing I can turn to do that. I can feel it killing me. There's no way I'm going to survive for much longer." And unfortunately, she suffered the same fate as James less than 3 years after
first star at TLC's.
After her episode aired. There are a vast array of different reasons why so many people who took part in the show eventually passed away, but they all raise the same question. Is My 600-Pound Life truly meant to be a feel-good and motivational program?
Shit, I thought it was.
Seeking to
I
help
thought it
people in
was.
need, or a platform for those with undesirable lifestyles to be gawked at like a zoo animal by viewers. And since TLC is constantly searching for the most extreme, attention-grabbing stories, it doesn't just highlight people in difficult situations, it inevitably starts
You
platforming
did say that, Jack. You did say spectacle.
the worst kinds of people.
did say
Even a
that.
show that was supposed to be about finding a lifelong
90 Day
soulmate
Fiance.
ended up breeding a toxic and exploitative dynamic. 90 Day Fiance is a reality TV series that documents couples who have applied for a K-1 visa, which permits a foreign citizen to temporarily reside in America for 90 days while the couple gets married. This dynamic is chaotic because it's usually a desperate American who
I did watch the new Udi game.
could not find a partner amongst 300
Right, in this stream.
million citizens
You can go
and
back
has
and watch
resorted
it,
to
though. You
finding
can rewind.
companionship with someone halfway across the world, matched with an immigrant looking to use someone to gain American citizenship. And that's not the case for all of the people that were featured on the show. There were many couples who were well-intentioned and found true love within each other. But if we're being honest, TLC wasn't always looking for a happy ending. Larissa Lima traveled from Brazil to Las Vegas, Nevada to meet her eventual husband, Colt Johnson.
Brazil to Las
from the second-
Vegas. She don't look like she was feeling that nigga a little bit.
Eventual husband, Colt Johnson. From the second they met on the show, there were glaring issues that couldn't be ignored. The state of Nevada was hotter than hell, Colt was still living with his mother,
Shit.
and the two failed to find any chemistry whatsoever. As a result, the two would frequently bicker with each other, oftentimes devolving into full-blown arguments with the entire family.
And that's a big ass ring. So you should feel like a damn queen with a rock like that.
Oh golly. Nigga letting him talk, his brother talk to his wife like that? His wife like that?
But no, you take advantage. Oh, hey, you know what? I don't say I just go with because he's a sweet.
Go back to your country. That's what he wanted to say. That's what he wanted to say. He was on TV. He probably said it. And they were like, hey, no. And it was like, okay, all right, fine. God damn it.
Start, I love him.
In spite of the many red flags, including an instance in which Larissa flushed her engagement ring down the toilet after a heated argument, the two still thought it would be a good idea to tie the knot. On June 19th of 2018, Larissa was arrested on charges of domestic battery after an altercation between her and Colt. She spent the night in jail and was released the following day, but 4 days later, the two officially got married on the 24th. Larissa would have a second run-in with the law in November that same year. Police responded to their home to investigate a potential domestic dispute, promptly breaking down the door and detaining Colt, while Larissa ran from the house to avoid being arrested. She was eventually apprehended and once again arrested on similar charges, with the responding officers taking note of visible injuries on Colt. Unfortunately,
I'm about to say, she was beating that nigga ass.
the worst was still to come, with a third dispute occurring in January of 2019 that was far more violent and bloody. This time, Larissa was the one to contact the police and was visibly injured when law enforcement arrived.
She called the cops from me. I will be deported. I just scratched him because he was hurting me. As you see.
In spite of her injuries, officers determined her to be the primary aggressor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I believe that.
And she was once again arrested for domestic battery. The same day, Colt officially filed for divorce, a logical conclusion to a relationship that was doomed from the start. Unfortunately, this is far from an uncommon occurrence, as a handful of other couples on the show met a similar fate. Paul Stale and his wife Corinne met on the show in 2017. They got married that same year
live in a trailer park
and had 2 children. However, the two had a messy public custody battle before their second son was born, as Corinne was attempting to take their son to her home country of Brazil behind Paul's back. What I found crazy is that they literally don't even speak the same language, and yet the two remained together for some time, but emotions boiled over after a video went viral of Corinne physically assaulting her husband. This resulted in both of their children being taken away by Child Protective Services and placed into foster care. To this
damn, my nigga's going outside right now, boy.
Day, Paul and Corinne have since separated and have still not been reunited with their children. Jeffrey Ian Pascal met his fiance Varia on season 4 of the show, but truly found himself in the spotlight after being sentenced to 18 years in prison for aggravated kidnapping, domestic assault, and
he didn't look like he was built like that. I thought he was the I thought he was on the other end of it.
Interference with emergency calls. In a fit of rage, Jeffrey senselessly beat his fiance and refused to let her leave the home. Varia likely could have died that night if she didn't escape. Luckily, she did and was able to contact the police, leading to Jeffrey's arrest. But as chaotic as these relationships are, there is one that TLC introduced that became one of the most culturally significant public divorces in modern media history. One that TLC made a ton of money on, and that was between Jon and Kate Gosselin. The couple was first introduced to the world in an hour-long TV special called Surviving Sextuplets and Twins.
Surviving Sextuplets. 6 of them? She has 6 children baking? Is that sextuplets? Whoa. That is insanity.
On the Discovery Channel. Becoming a new parent.
They had to put Shorty on the Discovery Channel. Wow. I would have felt a little bit insulted by that.
Is scary, exhausting, and overwhelming, but having 6 babies at once,
oh man,
after already having twins, seemed like a living nightmare for most people. The chaotic family dynamic was enough to get picked up for a full-scale reality TV show, which was called Jon and Kate +8. The show quickly shot up national TV ratings and became one of the most popular programs on the planet, but it came crashing down quickly in 2009 when the couple announced that they would be getting a divorce.
How is that gonna work, bro? That's one of those relationships where, bro, if y'all just gonna hate each other forever, you might just need to hate each other forever, my nigga. For real. That might just be one of those where you just supposed to, like, we sticking it out for the kids, bro. Fuck it. We don't gotta sleep in the same bed. But if we want to be with different people, we be with different people. But we need to be living in the same house. There's no way. There's no way we're moving 8 kids over. Yeah, I get 4, you get 4? Okay, 4, and then you just keep flipping them back and forth. Like, all right, yo, 4, this 4, I get the second batch. Boom, boom. Okay.
While this was devastating to fans of the show, the signs were there from the very beginning. Viewers took note of Kate's overbearing, controlling.
Is that hot potato? What? Typically, the regular divorced parent, the regular dynamic of the divorced is one kid. The kid goes over to the other one don't have no kids for right now. At this point, all of the kids are constantly, the parent has kids constantly. Child support +8, there's no way I could do that. No, we're figuring this out. I'm not paying 8 child support. There's no fucking way. You want me to go into some type of financial coffin? I'm done. There's no way I can afford that.
A harsh style of communicating, which starkly contrasted Jon's more passive and calm demeanor.
She was probably, I'm sorry, can you stop breathing so loud, honey?
This is what that's from?
He's like,
this is what that's from. I thought this was fake.
breathe quietly. So I consider them sick, anyone sick, for... Do you hear yourself breathing? Oh, that's just gross.
When someone hates the sound of you breathing, they hate you.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, this the thing, bro. OG Karen, this the thing, bro. I'm not too mad at Shorty, bro. Because she had said probably like, oh, I just want to have a baby. And she came out with 8. Like with only 2 pregnancies, though. She came out with 8 kids with only 2 pregnancies. Her hormones probably went crazy. It probably made her crazy, bro. I feel bad. It probably made Shorty crazy. That doesn't make... In 2 pregnancies, you had 8 children. You know? I'm looking at... I gotta be on... I'm not... Like, she need to figure it out, right? But I'm not mad at her, though. That's his fault for breathing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying she's just super OD with it because I feel like all of that, right? And postpartum must have been a muff. The victims and villains of TLC is what the video is called. She should have aborted. She would actually probably need the death penalty for taking 6 lives like that. I can't lie. For taking 6, she might need to have the death penalty. I ain't gonna lie. For real, bro. That's crazy.
People came to see a massive family working together to survive in
Dior,
modern-day
please.
America, but Jon and Kate's constant bickering became the reason they stuck around. It was clear that Kate resented her husband for some reason, and her constant nagging began compounding for Jon, resulting in him emotionally checking out of the relationship. In the months leading up to their divorce, reports came in that Jon was having an affair with a third-grade teacher. Their divorce became one of the hottest subjects in the tabloids, documenting every awkward encounter and even a supposed visit from the police. The show completely broke away from its original premise and focused solely on Jon and Kate's separation. This issue compounded when Jon began publicly speaking out, discussing what he described as abuse at the hands of Kate, as well as
pro-life Dior. This is the thing, y'all. I'm pro do whatever you want to do, right? I'm just, one, that was a joke, but two, it's like, you can't take 6 of them, bro. That's just crazy, in my opinion. Like, you can't do that, but you can do whatever you want to do. But
heavily criticizing the showrunners at TLC. Jon was particularly upset that the show would be continuing after the divorce.
Kate+8. You don't need that nigga. Fuck him.
Branded as just Kate+8, meaning that his children would continue to be filmed without his constant supervision. As a result, he filed a cease and desist order against TLC, who quickly retaliated with a lawsuit of their own for a breach of contract violation. For the next few years, Jon found himself in constant legal battles with both TLC and his own wife.
And they sued him into bankruptcy. God damn it, Jon.
Costing him millions in lawyer fees and nearly bankrupted him. Which, remember earlier when TLC said that thing that protecting children is their top priority? Yeah, well, someone who thinks TLC is nothing more than a massive corporation that profits off people's lives falling apart on camera is not much of a conspiracy theorist anymore. Kate+8 continued filming, but it was met with lackluster reception and eventually canceled the following year. That's because Kate didn't have many endearing qualities. In fact, Kate's personality has been cited as the blueprint of what we now refer to as a Karen, with her short blonde hairstyle and pissy attitude becoming a textbook description of the Karen image. The disdain towards her became widely
such a bad haircut
referred to as Kate hate, which only strengthened as she desperately continued to cling on the little fame that she had, making appearances on other TV shows like Dancing with the Stars. Meanwhile, Jon was met with overwhelming sympathy and admiration as he continued to focus on the safety and well-being of his children while doing his best to stay out of the limelight. When he does speak out publicly, it's typically to speak out against
Jon is aging.
reality television and the irreparable damage it caused his family. The contrast couldn't be any more stark. Jon believes reality TV destroyed his life, meanwhile his ex-wife is fully indulging in it. It's clear which parent had the right intentions, which is likely why Jon won the custody battles they had in the coming years. In August of 2017, police responded to a 911 call at an orthodontist office in Wyomissing, Pennsylvania. When they arrived, they saw Jon and Kate in a verbal domestic dispute over one of their daughters, Hannah. Ultimately, no one was arrested, and Hannah went home with Jon of her own choosing. This event was likely the catalyst of a legal battle over the 13-year-old girl, who ultimately awarded full custody to Jon. A few months later, Jon also won custody of his son Colin, painting a grim picture for Kate and her parenting style. A source close to the family,
Jon, he was down for a second, but he was not defeated. We want to live with daddy. There you go, Jon. I feel like my dad gave me that attention and feeling that I had a good solid relationship with a parent. It was a difficult decision leaving my siblings. I did not want to be separated from them or even like live in a different household than them. But I just feel like there was unfair treatment in my mom's. So let me know what y'all think, man. Like the video, sub up, comment, visit the channel, lay. I appreciate it. Great for we're gone. Hated he let dog.